Hey there, planners. Today I'm going to be talking about different ways that you can track and complete tasks in your bullet journal or planner system. So go grab your planners and let's get planning. So I have received several questions on the Planning Annie Facebook group as well as on some of my videos about tracking task in your planning system. What are different ways to do that? And so I want to step through several different ways and show you actually how I've used those ways in my different planning systems, whether it's bullet journal or a ring planner or a combination of the two. I want to talk about different ways that you can do that. I'm going to start with the one that I have right in front of me, and that is to create a monthly master task list. So this was for the month of February. In my bullet journal, I created a master task list, and as I went through planning and going through all of the days, I would come back here if anything came in, capture it here, and then status it as it got into the right place in my planning system. This is really like an inbox for those items. So for example, I had here that I needed to order new Energels. I had another one that was about taking my dog to the vet or setting up the vet appointment for the month of March. And so I would just come in here and jot it down. So for example, I would come in here, if I had a task, I would create a little box, which is my symbol for a task that needs to be done. I would add a new task, and then when I had time, I would just capture it there. When I had time, either throughout the day or during my weekly reviews, I would come to the master task list and see, oh, I have a new task. Where is the right place for this to go? Is it, a scheduling item? I need to put it on the calendar and actually schedule for me to complete it. Do I have time to do it right now? Is it something that I need to add into a weekly or a daily to do? And then once it got into the system in the right place and was scheduled and I was confident that I was not going to lose track of it, I would come in here and close it out. You can see some things are X'd out. That for me means it was canceled. Some things have an arrow that point backwards. That to me is a symbol that I have moved it to my future log to some future month. And so it's captured there. I no longer need to look at it here. And then some items you can see were left halfway open. As I'm setting up the next month or the next week, I would come back here and know that that was halfway complete. I needed to capture it somewhere else. So using a master task list on a monthly basis, or you could even do this on a weekly basis or a daily basis, depending on how many tasks you have, this is a great way to keep up with all of those tasks, but you have to have the discipline to come in here and use it. So that's one idea. Another way that you can track tasks is similar to having a spread in your bullet journal for the month or for whatever time frame you need. And it's called the Alistair Method. Now someone has recently asked me to do a full video on the Alistair Method, and I will do this because I think it's really a unique way to capture items that need to be done. I've got two examples here. One is set up for the month, one is set up for weeks within a month. So this one would be like an annual spread in your bullet journal that you would set up, and basically you have columns for the month of the year, January, February, March, April, May, June, and then you have a list of tasks. So family reunion on the 18th, I write that as a task down, and then I put a little dot under April so that I know that's going to happen in April. College tour, the 2nd through the 5th, I come in here and I put a dot that's going to happen in March. This would be great as a future log as well, but this helps give you a view of those longer term items across the months. If you're looking for something a bit more close in planning, you could take a single month and you could replace these with dates, but basically week 1 of the month, week 2, week 3, 4, and 5 of the month. I have put down a task, order groceries by 2 p.m. on Thursday. I've got that down for every single week. I need to complete that task every single week. And then I could mark it complete just by coming in and ticking it off. AC unit repair Tuesday at 3 p.m. When is that? That's on week 2. And so you can see you can keep adding tasks in. This would be an example, another example of a monthly spread. You could break this down to weeks as well and have the actual days of the week, 7 columns for the days of the week. When a task comes in, you capture it here, you put when it needs to get done, and you make sure that you have the discipline to come back to this list and check things off as they get complete. So this is the Alistair method. I think this is really a great way to accomplish it as well. Here's a really unique way of task planning that I've seen work effectively, and I am considering doing this for myself. I actually made this as a little test for myself. So these are page flags on a tiny, this is actually a piece of vellum, a piece of acetate that I just cut out to size. And I've got the tasks that I have to do on a weekly basis on here. Meal plan, grocery order, take the trash out, recycling, and water the plants. These are just typical weekly activities. And so what I could do is keep a stack of these and come here every week as I'm setting up the week ahead, pull off the flag and put it on the days, and then just move it throughout my planner as needed. I think this is really handy. I'm definitely exploring more options of how to incorporate this into my planning system. If you've used task cards and page flags to capture those reoccurring tasks, I would love to hear how that works for you and what are the best ideas for implementing this into your planning system. Another way to accomplish task management is good old-fashioned sticky notes, and this is probably one folks are most familiar with, and it's one that I use quite a bit and it works really well for me. This is my B6 ring planner. I look at this every day. This is really for task management. And if I flip over to the month of July, which is the month ahead, I have just got sticky notes everywhere, and that's my pre-planning. Anytime a task comes up that I need to make sure that I am going to complete and remember when I'm planning out the month of July, I grab a sticky note and I write it down and I just stick it in here. It doesn't even matter where. I just pop it down. And you can see I have got this for months ahead. Here's August, September. I've got sticky notes. So sticky notes are a huge tool for me and one that I find really helpful just to keep track of those tasks, particularly if they are out into the next month. Another idea for task management is actually the setup of the weekly page or daily page that you're using. So here is an example of the weekly layout that I use in my rings planner, and I do have this as a free printable if anyone is interested in this layout. I have this as a free printable over on my Instagram account. Hop over there, make sure you follow, and then go check out the free printables and you can get this for free for your planner. But I have divided up the days of the week into 2 boxes. One box for dated items and one box for to-dos. So when I have a to-do, I would come in here and write the to-do on whatever day I think I can get it done. As I'm completing those tasks, I'm marking through them or checking them off. At the end of the week, when I do my weekly review, anything that is not checked off is migrated over to the following week. And this really helps me. So what I'll do if a new task comes in and I maybe can get it done this week, I will go ahead and capture it on a day that I think I have time. And then if I don't get to it at the end of the week, it's there and I just migrate it over. So that's another way you could pop it into your existing daily or weekly to-do list and just keep migrating it until you get a chance to check it off completely. 2 other ideas, and the last 2 ideas for how to task manage. As you all know, I keep a personal ring planner and a personal bullet journal. And one of the things you can do is add into your system a separate item just to track to-do. So for example, I could keep my bullet journal just for task management. I've seen this work really well for people who have a larger planner like a ring planner, and then they keep like a Hobonichi Weeks just for task management and capturing items that come in. They would then use that information to populate their planning system as they're setting up for the week or the month. That's another idea. And the final idea is to go digital. There are some great apps out there, many of them for free, that you can use to just pop on your phone and type in the task as it comes in, and then it will remind you and it's safely kept there. So I hope these ideas give you some inspiration about task management and how to track those items in your various systems. I would love to hear ideas from you. How are you tracking tasks in your planning system? How do you migrate tasks to the right place if you don't get it done when you thought you would? And do you use a unique way or a different way that I've talked about to manage incoming and reoccurring tasks? I'd love to hear your ideas down below. You can also come over and join the Planning Annie Facebook group. Join in the discussion there that we're having about the best way to do that. I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, give it a thumbs up and let me know. Subscribe to Planning Annie for more content like this. And as always, thanks for planning with me.